Something historic is happening inside Iraq, and most people outside the country have no idea. On October 26, Iraqi television began airing a state-sponsored educational video about their old currency, the legendary dinar of the 1930s and 1940s. But this isn't just nostalgia. What you're about to hear could be the clearest clue yet that Iraq is preparing for a major currency transformation, one that could shock global markets and restore pride to a nation eager to reclaim its economic, golden age. Hey everyone, welcome back to Bobby King Iraqi Dinar News. I'm your host Bobby King, bringing you the real updates, real facts, and real insight straight from Iraq, so you can stay ahead of the curve in this fast-moving currency story. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a major Iraq dinar update. The broadcast that's turning heads in Iraq over the weekend, something very unusual hit Iraqi television screens. A polished Central Bank of Iraq presentation, played on multiple major networks, showcased the historic evolution of the Iraqi dinar. It didn't just show random old banknotes and coins. The message was clear. We are returning the dinar to its former glory. Viewers saw images of Iraq's older currency designs, from the 1930s through the 1940s, when the dinar was strong, stable, and respected around the world. The tone of the broadcast wasn't about the past, it was about reviving that pride. And that's where the mystery deepens. The hidden meaning behind those images. Why is the CBI suddenly showing currency designs from nearly a century ago? According to sources and Iraqi financial insiders, this isn't random. It's preparation. The presentation is part of an educational campaign, a step often taken before major financial or monetary changes. The goal? To familiarize citizens with what's coming next, new lower denomination banknotes. A possible revaluation or redenomination. And a symbolic restoration of the dinar's national prestige. Think about it. When you start reminding a nation about its proudest monetary era, it's not by accident. It's a signal. Iraq's golden age, a forgotten powerhouse. To understand why this broadcast matters, you need to know what Iraq once was. During the 1930s and 1940s, Iraq's economy was among the strongest in the Middle East. The dinar, pegged to the British pound, held incredible value. The rate? $4 United States dollars and 86 cents per one Iraqi dinar. Yes, you read that right. At one time, Iraq's currency was stronger than the US dollar, nearly 5 times stronger, in fact. So when modern Iraq's television shows citizens those exact notes and that exact era, they're not just showing history. They're showing what's possible again. The real purpose: preparing the people. Economists and local reports confirm that the CBI has been quietly working on a currency reform project for years, often called the project to delete the zeros. But to make it successful, they must reintroduce smaller banknotes, such as 1, 5, 10, and 50 dinar bills, and phase out larger ones over time. This public broadcast is step 1 in that process. Educate citizens about older notes so new ones feel familiar. Build trust in the CBI's plan to stabilize and strengthen the currency. Reignite national pride, showing that Iraq once had a world-class dinar, and can again. For investors, that's massive. Could this be the start of the revaluation process? Let's be clear, Iraq isn't announcing an overnight RV, but the signs are unmistakable. The return of historical imagery, the mention of lower denominations, and the symbolism of the 1930s to 1940s era all point to a country gearing up for a modern-day currency revival. When a central bank spends time and money broadcasting monetary history, especially during times of fiscal reform, it's a strong hint that something structural is about to shift. And it's not just economic. It's psychological. Iraq wants its people to believe in the dinar again, to see it as a source of pride, not just paper. Why this is so big right now: this presentation isn't airing once, it's on repeat. Across Iraq, major stations are replaying it daily. That repetition tells us this is part of a coordinated national awareness campaign. The timing couldn't be more important. Iraq has been stabilizing oil exports, rebuilding trade relationships, and modernizing its banking system. The government has also been working with international organizations to integrate with global markets. So when they start showing citizens that The dinar once stood tall. You can bet they're laying the psychological groundwork for monetary normalization. The emotional undercurrent. We remember who we were. Make no mistake, this is about pride as much as policy. Iraq's golden age, dinar represented strength, independence, and identity. The modern campaign taps directly into that national memory. And the fact that this educational video keeps playing, not just as a one-time feature, but repeatedly, suggests the CBI is building momentum for something they want every Iraqi to understand and accept. Final thoughts. Is Iraq signaling the next big move? Every major economic shift begins with subtle signals. This broadcast might just be the biggest signal Iraq has sent in years. They're not talking about the dollar. They're not talking about oil. They're talking about the dinar itself, its design, its history, its value, and its future. The phrase that keeps echoing, return the dinar to its former glory. If Iraq truly intends to back that statement with action, by introducing new lower notes and strengthening the exchange rate, then we may be watching the early stages of one of the most important currency stories of the decade. So, what do you think? Is Iraq truly preparing to bring back the strength of its 1930s dinar? Or is this just patriotic symbolism? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what comes next, because this story is far from over, and the next update could change everything. Thanks you.